What is up, Goons? FighterZ here for Goons TV, and I am so honored to finally be able to bring to you the Park Ranger, the Skipper, the MVP of the Tournament of Power. Android 17 has arrived for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Ladies and gentlemen, if I do say so myself, this is quite possibly one of the most unique characters to appear in the DBFZ roster to date. What a way to close out Season 2. And before we get started with this, I want to give a big thank you to Bandai Namco for forwarding me this advanced copy of Dragon Ball FighterZ for the Nintendo Switch, for which I am testing this character out on. While I am going to do my best to make this a comprehensive breakdown video, I honestly can't wait for top players to crack this character and their opponents wide open. Let's dive in. Alright, a couple things to note real quick. The 2L is a low, which means he's already a contender for top tier. The 5LL has decent range, but I'm not going to suggest letting that bad boy rip from full screen. 5M is going to push Android 17 forward for a pretty good distance, and 3H is going to be a slide launcher. Alright, now we're going to get into the cool stuff here, the Rekka series. Android 17 has two variations of the Rekka string starters, one that pushes him forward and one that reverses and then pushes him forward. Rekka strings can be mixed and matched together with various actions that can lead to high attacks, low attacks, even high feints and counters. Okay, a couple notes. The EX version of the Rekka string starters will actually always go behind the opponent. And if you hold the buttons down, both the medium and the EX versions can be canceled into just straight dashes, similar to the Change the Future variant on Trunks. You should know that as it pertains to the Rekka strings, the strength of the button press can determine the maneuver's distance. For example, the feint, which is executed by pressing back and an attack button during the Rekka stance, can have different distances depending on whether you use the light button or the medium button. So one of the most interesting things about Android 17's Rekka series is the fact that they can chain into one another. The easiest way to do this is by performing the reverse string, which is quarter circle back attack, into the forward string, which is quarter circle forward attack. You can end this with a super or with an assist or any other way you want to, honestly. This guy is very versatile. Also remember, you can still get to mix and match all your actions while doing both versions of these. Needless to say, Android 17's block strings are going to be pretty freaking nuts. Up next, we're going to talk about Power Blitz and Acrobatic Trick. While both of these can be performed as part of the Rekka strings, they can also be used independently. Couple things to note: Power Blitz charge must be fully executed before you gain Power Blitz the attack. But if Power Blitz the attack is interrupted, you don't actually lose the attack. Acrobatic string can be used as a triple jump / triangle jump, and to confuse your opponents, try to go for the left or right variants. Moving on to Android 17's barrier, which also functions as a counter and doubles as his assist. I gotta say, I think it's pretty good. Not only counters projectiles, but also counters physical attacks. That's pretty buff in my opinion. Alright, on to the supers. Both level 1 supers are going to do pretty decent damage and have pretty interesting properties on their own. The air version of the level 1 super is actually going to be projectile invulnerable and physically invulnerable, just like the barrier counter on the ground. Does not work against supers though. The ground version is going to be a simple 3-hit combo that teleports behind your opponent. While it does look cool, it is going to push your opponent into the opposite direction you were facing when it activated, so not very ideal for corner strings. Now mind you, the level 3 will not do hard knockdown if you're too high in the air, so make sure you're using that as close to the ground as possible. Anyway, that's going to do it for my talking portion of the Android 17 breakdown video. I hope you enjoyed this. Honestly, this is really just the character at a glance because pro players all around the world are really going to dig into this guy. I know you're going to like him, and I hope to see a lot of this soon, possibly at Thunderstruck. Will it be early enough? We don't know, but he could be dangerous if they allow him to be played in tournament. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. If you like what you saw here, make sure you leave a comment in the comments section, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Make sure you check us out on twitch.tv/GameGoons for the live stuff. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter at GameGoonsTV, and make sure you follow me on Twitter at HellPockets. Everyone take it easy, and I'll see you at Thunderstruck.